People of Hrafnarfjall and friends, as we take our first steps into the new year and the new decade, the Queen and I felt it pertinent to make a brief speech on what has passed and what is to come. We started off this year with a concept and we made it a reality. I joined the Queen in Minnesota, where we bought 40 acres, establishing the capital in June. We moved in with a literal bang. The hotel we had been staying in suffered a gas leak and a subsequent explosion, literally the day after we closed on the property. We have added multiple states to the kingdom and have gained a plethora of citizenry. In fact, we now have over 50 citizens, making us one of the larger serious micronations. Your king and queen got married, and we are working on establishing my permanent residence in the US. The Queen changed jobs, leaving the Coast Guard to go into the reserves. Since establishing in June, we have established our rabbitry, developed and prepared garden beds for produce next year, put in blueberries and grapes, and now have a large flock of poultry and game, including our chickens and our turkeys, our geese and our ducks. Plus, we have a singular apiary up, which I'm hoping to expand next year, which has already provided us with a large bounty of honey and beeswax. It is clear over the last year, Hrafnarfjall has come along in leaps and bounds. Due to our strength and perseverance as a nation and that of its king and queen. This year has seen us become much stronger. This puts us in a good place for the coming year, which holds much in store for us, with untapped potential for growth and development. This year, we plan to bring Hrafnarfjall forward once again and continue to strengthen the kingdom. We will also be covering our plans at the upcoming Althing for citizens and select guests this Sunday. But these plans include establishing our orchard with more apple trees, elderberry bushes and cherry trees, expanding our gardens, and hunting, trapping and fishing. We invite you to join us for our work days and craft days, to come out and build yurts, put in fencing, learn beekeeping, brewing, spinning and permaculture techniques. You'll not leave empty-handed. Check the calendar for the schedule of classes and events. Now I leave you with a message from the Queen.
Well, Hrafnarfjall, here we are. As you've heard, this last year has been full of so many changes, and so much time has passed by since the idea of Hrafnarfjall was born. It seems weird to me that it's 2020, but time won't stop turning, so don't waste it. Life is meant to be lived your way. If you're dreading each moment, change it. Yes, it's scary. We are told play it safe, don't risk anything, you're supposed to do it this way. More ways than we can count. The irony, though, of not wasting time is that it takes time. It's one step at a time. Maybe it's years in the making. Knowing that you're working towards your freedom is a comfort, believe me, that will see you through if you let it. And the only way to get there is to begin. Now. However long it takes, it's worth the investment. Make the change. Because we never know just how long we have. Whatever you do, don't underestimate yourselves and what you can do. Years ago, I began walking this path when I realized I would rather starve to death than continue suffering the insidious death of everything I was, continue living life as it was. I realized that any risk and any chance was worth taking to not feel my heart and spirit die anymore. I might starve to death yet, but should that be my fate, it would be one of my own making, no one else's. I would rather live or die by my skill or by my own failure. I found a path which, while I take the time to set that into motion, I believe leads to that self-determination. Time alone will tell which it is. My message to you all is this. We take it for granted, time, but we have no guarantees. All we have is this moment. What will you do with it? Whatever your choice, whatever your path, I hope that we may walk together as Hrafnarfjall. These days, standing together is more important than ever, and I thank you all for being here with us as time goes by. Let us know how Hrafnarfjall can be there for you, and may your upcoming year be as blessed and fruitful.